So we're going to look at databases in the next lot of videos. So for your controlled assessment, you'll be given a database to download. And so here's a practice one that we're going to look at and work through to get some of the skills we need to be able to cope with the controlled assessment one. So this particular database I've downloaded, it's got an extension MDB. If you put your mouse over it, it says it's an access database type file. Now there's a couple of things that you have to realize about databases. Normally you can't just open the database and then do a save as to get another copy of the file. So what I'm going to do with this particular one that I've downloaded, because we're going to make some changes to it, and if some of those changes don't work, we want to be able to go back to the original database. So I'm going to take a copy of this, and then I'm going to go into my backup folder, and I'm going to paste it, and I had one there already which I'd done previously, so I'm just going to paste over that. So I now have a copy in my backup folder, and I have the database that I'm working on. So when I've made some substantial changes to this one, obviously I'll close the database, make sure it's closed, then I'll take a copy of this and paste it into backup. So let's have a look at what this database looks like. So when you open it, you might have used Access before, in which case you'll sort of remember what this is or not, but this is the screen that you'll probably be faced with. You won't see anything here. You'll have a security warning, and sometimes here you might just have something else written here, not even tables. So, and all of these things are grayed out. So the first thing is you get a security warning, which is basically saying that some of the content can be unsafe in databases because you can store macros and things like that. So I'm going to enable this content because it's a trusted source, and we're going to say OK, and that the warning goes away, but all of the options are still grayed out. So I now need to look at my tables here. So I'm just selecting, let me just make sure you can see that. So I'm just making sure that I've got tables selected because I can't actually see the name of any tables here. So when I've done that, I get destinations coming up. So let me just double click on that, and what I now get is, if I just maximize this, I get a database with or a table. Actually, I've opened up a table of data with lots and lots of rows going this way, and each row is called a record. And you can remind yourself that each row is called a record because when you're scrolling down like this, for example, you might get a little pop-up here saying this is record 370 of 429, and also at the bottom here, if I go to the next record, that's my cursor going down each row, so each one of those rows is a record. These headings here, ID, name, category, the headings under which all of this table data is stored, they're called fields. And the reason you need to know about fields and records is because those are the key words that are used when we're carrying out queries or adding more headings to our database. So fields are those column headings at the top. And when we've got our data table open, normally what will happen in the controlled assessment brief is that you'll be given a sheet which explains what these headings are and what needs to be under each category. So and the way you use that sheet is I'm going to click on view here, the set square, the ruler and the pencil, and what that does is it shows me my table, but what it does is it's showing me my table, and it's showing just the names of the fields, so the names of the columns I had here, and then it's got some data types which for you mostly will be all text, and so it gives me all of that. And so if I wanted to change the name of the heading, for example, I could change that to names, and then if I click back on view, this will take me back to, I save the data, and so the heading for my field here, so the name field has been changed to names. So again, to toggle between the two views, this is where you have to go. So, and what's important about this is that you have been given here, so if I just scroll along here, you have been given all of the headings that the table uses going down the field list, and then you have been given a data type, and most of those will be text when you load up the database given to you in your controlled assessment. And then you're also given a sheet with your controlled assessment, which basically tells you what sort of data you're going to store for each of the fields. And what I've done is I've copied that information and pasted it into the description. So the description here is just a reminder to us about what sort of data is stored under the field headings. And that becomes very useful because you then don't have to keep opening up another Word file or a PDF file to find out about the descriptions of the fields. So it's a very good idea when you first load up your database and you load up your description sheet to put in from the description sheet what each field is under the heading of the description here. And again, you can toggle between the two views using this. So this shows us what table data we've got stored, and this is telling us how what type of data that's going to be and what the headings for that data are going to be.